Well, today is Sunday, March the 7th, and I got about, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 days before they drop the flag and I tee it off for sure in the tournament. And I'd promised myself that I was going to be done experimenting with this swing stuff by tomorrow, March the 8th. That's Monday. It gives me a full week of practice implementation of exactly what I got. And I told you the other day in my last episode that I was going back to the secret, sucking it inside and sticking it straight up in the air. And while the practice part of it gave me some good shots that way, it just wasn't time after time. I hit some squirrely ones in there. So it's like, you know what, that just ain't gonna work. So I fiddle around, fumble around, and finally have landed on something pretty simple, which is just wind it up and then bow my left wrist on the downswing. Just try to bow my left wrist on the downswing. So when I get up at the top, wind it up real good, just bow that left wrist on the way down, and that seems to give me better contact. It's certainly more flush time after time than it was doing some of these other things. So I still got 2 hours of practice before I call it quits for the day. And I have to nail this thing down and go, okay, this is what we're gonna go with. But it looks like to me like what I'm gonna do is just wind it up and bow my left wrist on the downswing. So that's where it's at the moment. That's what I'm working on. Well, I'm still out here. It ain't dark yet. And I'm back on the twirl a little bit. Seems like the twirl might be a little better. But I got a few more hours to figure it out. Well, here it is, Sunday, March 7th. I gotta pin this thing down before tomorrow morning, and I just finally decided and pinned it down. What it's gonna be is gonna be winded up and use the twirl. And that's what it's gonna be, because that gives me the best shots. So I got a whole week to nail it down, tighten the bolts. And I got practice runs down there at the place, and I'll be ready to roll.